Set your mind back to 2015. There was a new Star Wars movie on the horizon. NASA discovered water on Mars. And Jeremy Clarkson punched one of his producers, which if anything made him much better off even 6 years down the line and leaving Top Gear in the mud. Oh, and a bunch of Spice Boys went for a cheeky Nando's. So now that I've set the scene, what does the name Kane Larkin mean to you? I'm imagining at least a few people will currently either be tripping with nostalgia and others will probably be fairly confused. Or if you read the title, you were probably expecting me to mention him at least once. For those who don't know or need a reminder, Kane Larkin was what most people either called Facebook famous, or most suitably given his actions at the time, a bellend. Kane was fairly well known in the UK due to his controversial comments, rants.
Hey lot English, yeah, it's me Kane Larkin. Couple nights ago I discovered that you did a fucking little shitty video about me. Bitch, you...
And him posting a video of his boyfriend shagging him on Facebook for everyone to see. What are you waiting for? I'm not showing that. While we're on the topic, Kane's boyfriend Ricky was 30 years old around the time of these events, whereas Kane was only 17, which in true British fashion labelled him as a nonce and sparked even more controversy. Kane put a lot of his personal life online for the public to view and judge, which they did with great pleasure. He was constantly getting into fights and drama, which ended up with him being egged.
What do you guys want? Who wants a selfie? I'm not, bro. Are you going to go out and get a selfie?
And several angry people making some now very out of touch rant videos themselves, which are a joy to watch.
So, got anything you want to rant about today, though, mate?
Yes, I fucking have, Bradley.
What?
That cunt Larkin again.
Who, Kane Larkin?
Oh, cunt. Trivialising fucking suicide, see how many people cared. No cunt cares, man.
So what do you think about the whole thing of him getting egged, then?
It should have been fucking Brixmas.
Yeah?
If that had been me and a couple of mates, that would have been fucking bricks and concrete slabs.
So is there anything last parting shot you want to say to him?
You're a cunt, Larkin.
Some of Kane's most notable moments included him making jokes about cancer, everyone taking the piss out of him for having a pig nose, and being Ricky's baby man, which definitely doesn't scream paedophilia from the backseat of a children's nativity.
Big fucking strokey nonce!
As mentioned by our lovely friend Dave,
Cunt!
at one point Kane went as far as trivialising suicide, which is obviously completely normal and non-sociopathic action to take. I imagine the whole craze around Kane eventually took its toll on him, as after what seemed like a short while, at the drop of his bowels from his pre-sex douche, Kane Larkin disappeared from the internet overnight, never to be seen or heard from again. Or so we thought.
What's up, YouTube?
On the 5th of January 2022, Kane Larkin uploaded this video to his channel titled, "Let's Talk, Hey YouTube." This video consists of Kane walking around Zara buying clothes. This nonchalant and laid back attitude is a polar opposite to the Kane that we know, which if anything is a relief as I haven't had turned down my headphones just yet. He's also published a few more videos on this channel, all in a classic vlog style format, going about his day or just having some kind of cathartic chat down the lens of his camera. Kane has also made his way onto TikTok, which is in fact how I was reintroduced to his content. I was scrolling through my For You page and when I was met with a live stream saying that I'd been mentioned by the account I was watching. It turns out this is just a mechanic that TikTok uses to make viewers engage with content, but as I continued looking, I realised I recognised the eccentric man who seemed to be chatting away to his audience, which seemed drastically smaller than the type of pull that he used to get even when people hated his guts. This also translates to his YouTube, it seems, with his most popular upload getting 1.4k views, and his channel sustaining only 319 subscribers, with the antithesis of this being his TikTok account, which seems to have a bigger following. I say only 319 subscribers, like that's not many people, but if you filled a room with 319 people, you probably have a very sweaty and noisy room, which even the thought of makes me feel ill. But more importantly, the reason I mention the lack of attention he seems to be getting now is that as I knew of Kane Larkin, at the height of his fame, he was all most of my friends would talk about. What he'd done or said last night on Facebook and his poor taste in platform for posting videos of him and his boyfriend having sex. So comparatively, he seems to have come down a peg or two in his engagement, which if anything may be better for him. During his 5 minutes of fame, he had a strangely intimate fan base who called themselves Kenyans. They were to Facebook what K-pop stans are to Twitter now. And by that I mean inserting themselves everywhere they're not wanted and being deserving of criticism for their taste and not knowing when they've taken things too far. While Kane's fanbase seemed loyal to him, there is no longer any mention of his Kenyans amongst his current following. So what is Kane doing now? Is he still pulling outrageous social media stunts and upsetting people online? Has he turned away from his life of sin to pursue a more meaningful and spiritual approach to what life he has left to live? No. He's on OnlyFans. Which, if anything, makes a lot more sense than I would have thought, and in all honesty, I can't blame him. In today's society, with the right following, enough confidence to intimidate a bull, and whatever charm he possesses to have people engage with his content as intimately as they do, online sex work is a brilliant way of earning money. So hats off to him for finding a niche that works for him. According to an article from the Tab, Kane had previously addressed his past controversies in a now deleted video saying, quote, "I would like to apologise to any single person out there that could have been offended or was offended and had the right to be offended about any silly videos I could have ever posted online. Whether it was me pulling silly faces or miming to that Paul Walker song, I am sorry. The reason I went away for years is that I wanted to assess myself. I wanted to look at my own behaviour and realise what I was doing right and wrong. One thing I do know is I would receive attention online and I wouldn't mind if it was positive or negative. The person I was in 2016 and the person I am now are two separate people." The article does also mention that Kane had split up with his boyfriend Ricky, saying that "Ricky and I are not together anymore. There are some things I'd like to keep private because I feel a relationship is between two people. He's such an amazing person, and I wish him all the best in his future." At the end of the day, while Kane's actions were far from sanitary and would not fly in today's society, I think it's best to remember that at the height of his fame, Kane was still a child. And if you're watching this and can confidently say that you've never said something stupid on the internet, then sure, you're probably a much better person than most, and especially a much better person than me. But for someone that young to make mistakes like he did, to an extent, is part of what makes people human. I recently watched a show called Fleabag, brilliant show by the way, in which one character says to another,
Anyway, that's the very reason why they put rubbers on the end of pencils. Because people make mistakes.
and while it's just a simple quote, that's really resonated with me as I've been writing this video. People are born to naturally make many mistakes through life, whether it's saying things in poor taste online, or similarly, posting fan cams under every single tweet day in day out. But when you're faced with the consequences of your own actions, you must be able to stand up and accept what you've done wrong, and use that experience to help you move on and make better decisions going forward. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please sure to leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. Goodbye.